Now let's move on to the cattle battle, from the pot smoking to the cattle battle. And let's talk a little bit about, the guy who was confirmed as this standoff started is a fellow by the name of Neil Corns. And there he is right there. He heads up the BLM, the Bureau of Land Management. Usually guys who get those jobs been in that business for a long time. Turns out he was a deputy to Harry Reid, who has all sorts of cronies out there in Nevada, which, by the way, 80% of the state is owned by the federal government. Here's the observation by Valerie Richardson of the Washington Times about this young man who has this big job.
He is only 35 years old. He hasn't had a long land management career. And you had some Republicans raising eyebrows, saying, is this guy really experienced enough? Your normal BLM director is a guy who has been in land management for 20, 30 years, a grizzled veteran, a career guy. And this guy, if he's a career guy of anybody, it's Senator Harry Reid's office.
Well, and the questions remain, too, whether there'll be future prosecution for those that were armed protesters. A lot of decisions, though, Harry Reid said this is a paused issue, not over. We're going to take it to the courts and try to get that money that we believe the Bundy family owes. When you have Corns in charge now and is linked to Harry Reid, does that make a difference in their decision-making moving forward?
Yeah, here's a member of the Bundy family talking about what this means long-term to others and to them.
If they took him or whatever else they did, I mean, even if they killed him, the people will answer to that. And what I mean by that, they will answer that. They will be the ones to make it right. They will be the ones to stand up.
Do you think
millions of people know what's going on?
Do you worry that, in fact, they may kill either your dad or somebody in your family?
Well, this battle's been going on for my whole life almost. And if death were our main fear, we wouldn't be here today. Freedom is much greater than death.
And so Harry Reid says it's not over. By the way, his son Rory weighed in, says, we live in a country where we're subject to laws, and you can't just ignore the laws we don't like. So he says it's not over. Yeah. So Rory and Harry are both digging in.
But as it pertains to Neil, there is a lot of ranchers out there who say, look, I've got cattle older than him, and his only experiences with Harry Reid, so we're questioning his motives moving forward.
So the cattle battle continues. To people who look in and they look at Cliven Bundy and they're critics of him, they just see him as a freeloader who hasn't followed the rules. But to his supporters, he's a hero who's standing up to the feds.
Where do you stand? Let us
Talk
know.
about someone who doesn't follow anybody's rules. Heather Noward's with us.
Good morning.